So this is an update on my latest project. Bunch of willow trees. It's probably not the best time of year to film this. I should have taken a film in the summertime when the leaves were on. But all these trees in front of the welded wire fence there, they're on my property. Everything behind the welded wire fence, that's my neighbor. Hopefully he doesn't mind me filming. That shop there is his. This clump of bushes here is his. But these big tall ones that still have some leaves on it, and all the little sticks that you'll see, they're all willow trees that I planted from cuttings from a Pacific willow. Had fallen over, a few regrowth branches had come up off of it, and I cut those and brought them home, stuck them in the ground, and they're growing. That was about 3 years ago. So technically all of these trees are exactly the same individual, at least as far as genes go. I'd say about 60% of what I planted made it. 40% of them died. There might be a couple more that are going to die, but for the most part they're doing pretty well. And what I'm going to be doing is, probably not this winter but next winter, I'm going to copy South of England hedge laying style. And I'm going to lay these down as a hedge, little living fence up against my neighbor's property here, and just test it. It's kind of an experiment. I don't know how well it's going to do, but you don't know until you try. So wanted to show a couple of them. These guys here, you can see I cut off the main stem on what I had planted, but down here towards the bottom, a whole bunch of regrowth came up off of that. So I've got a few main stems coming off. Same thing on this one. This one has a couple of new main stems coming out of the ground. Cut that one a little taller. And there's a few that are like that. This one, I don't know what's going to happen. It had looked in pretty bad shape, but solid in the ground, so I figured that I would leave it, cut it, and see if I could spur any of that growth. Same thing with this one. I'm going to try to get these ones that I cut to do what these guys did. Some of them, like this one, they still had some nice leaves on them, so I didn't cut them yet, but I'm going to cut them now that the leaves are falling. I wanted them to be able to get as much sunlight as they could. And then the last thing I want to show, so I've got 3 mystery apple trees in here. This guy, this guy, and this guy. Got them from a local nursery. Really good deal on them because their tags had fallen off. They don't know what variety of apple they are, so they were selling them at a discount. And the plan in this hedge is actually to turn it into what I've heard referred to as a Fedge, a food hedge. I'm going to plant these apple trees. Got a couple more fruit trees that I want to put in there, and then I'm going to plant a bunch of raspberries, blueberries, I don't know what else, but basically try to have a living willow fence that has food woven in and out of it. And hopefully we'll be able to just kind of come out here and hang out by the fence and harvest some food. So sorry if this video is a little confusing. It's just kind of an introductory video. I'm going to try to go in a little more in depth and maybe talk about where I got the idea, talk about the individual plants that are going to make up the hedge portion, maybe talk about some of the food plants and why I chose them to be part of the Fedge. And then next year when I'm doing the hedge laying itself, I'll try to make a really good video of me doing that and show you the technique I'm using and why I'm using it. But just wanted to get something out. It's been a long time since I've put anything on YouTube, and kind of wanted to get started on that again. So got some other projects I'll talk about over in the corner over there. You can almost just see the green T-post. Try zooming in. That green T-post right in the middle. Got a Carpathian walnut there. A few more fruit trees, all apple trees that I do know what they are along here. My old chicken coop. I'm gonna get chickens again soon, hopefully. Chickens from my video a few years ago have all gone on to a better place. And then that big old pile of leaves is actually a garden, start of a garden, and I'll do a video on that pretty soon. So anyhow, hopefully everyone's doing well, having a nice holiday season, and I'll put up another video as soon as I can. Thanks.